since Jim Carrey has been giving us clues for years, it's about time we took notice. Among the most peculiar, yet Jimmy Kimmel revealed some of the most hilarious moments of his career. And what seemed to be pure humor was really Carrey giving us a joke-wrapped covert message, in my opinion. There's a lot to consider here, particularly in light of Jimmy's astounding reply. Let's go back to the crazy footage that got everyone talking initially. However,
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right?
Jimmy's laughter quickly gave way to obvious disarray before you could say, cut to commercial. You can really see him asking himself, wait, what did he just imply? We won't get into a full-fledged conspiracy over a hand gesture, so don't worry. Carrey was probably hinting to something more subdued and repulsive than hidden clubs. For years, he has subtly grown tired of the glitzy circus that is Hollywood. Look, hosts like Kimmel are part of the spectacle, trained to dazzle you while the real story sneaks out the back, he continued, virtually shrugging on that sofa. Imagine the Colosseum at the precise time when Rome was on fire. The contemporary equivalent is the dazzling TV screen, which is hypnotically captivating and constantly selling stories while the vital things are allowed to simmer.
I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
Oh. I like it. It is a scraping.
It's the symbol of the all-mocking tongue. And I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? Like, for years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on.
With exactly the proper amount of slapstick and candy to make it untouchable, he shouted it directly into Jimmy Kimmel's face. The medication easily gets past the defenses when humor is used as the delivery method. This is hardly shocking to anybody who has followed Jim Carrey's path. The once boisterous comedian has changed into a more reserved, reflective guy who is preoccupied with the most important issues in life. In a society where noise is everything, he is seeking meaning. A luxury that most people never achieve because they are enmeshed in pointless entertainment, small-time politics, and meaningless diversions. And from whence do such diversions originate? The particular sector of the economy in which he lived. I want everyone to become wealthy and well-known, and achieve everything of their dreams, as Carrey himself once said, so they can see that it's not the solution. Does this really pertain to Jimmy Kimmel specifically? Most likely not. However, Kimmel is unquestionably a cog in a bigger wheel, a group of cultural influencers guided and prodded by forces well beyond their pay grade. Late-night humor has taken on a more sinister tone. Ideology concealed behind a laugh track, propaganda in a speech, and indoctrination disguised as humor. The narrative has remained consistent during our most contentious social conflicts, the epidemic, and the conflict in Ukraine. Respect the boundaries, advance the story, and present it as compassionate. Take a look at this eerie video from Kimmel himself a few years ago if you think that's dramatic. It's the ideal example of how someone can make a jaw-dropping statement with no effort, provided that it originates from the politically acceptable side.
Dr. Fauci said that if hospitals get any more overcrowded, they're going to have to make some very tough choices about who gets an ICU bed. That choice doesn't seem so tough to me. Vaccinated person having a heart attack? Yes, come right on in. We'll take care of you. Unvaccinated guy who gobbled horse goo? Rest in peace, Wheezy. The poison control centers have seen this spike in calls from people taking this livestock medicine to fight the coronavirus, but they won't take the vaccine, which is crazy. It's like if you're a vegan and you're just like, no, I don't want a hamburger. Give me that can of Alpo instead.
Particularly during a pandemic, I don't think anybody else could have gotten away with making such a chilly comment. However, Jimmy Kimmel has made a strong effort in recent years to be the person who joyously mocks the opposite side of the political spectrum while standing solidly on one side. Yes, it garners attention and social media shares, but shows some decency. Jim Carrey isn't giving up that cash so readily. Kimmel casually veers into contentious area without ever feeling the pinch of producers' pushback, which is remarkable. That is protection, not luck. He is a member of a safety net operating media class. And it's precisely this luxury that causes others to take notice, like Jim Carrey. Why do certain figures seem to get away with it? Maybe because the emperor always welcomes the circus when you perform for him. After all, it provides entertainment for the restless masses while the empire does as it pleases. And Carrey is always attempting to wake us up from that exact sleep. Here's another recent video to emphasize the idea. Jimmy Kimmel received nothing but praise from his crowd after delivering some unflattering comments on Donald Trump's passing.
Those 3 judges he appointed to the Supreme Court take this case and rule against him. He is gonna blow a whale-sized windmill out of his. I mean, it might actually. This could be it. Sometimes I wonder, once Trump is gone and buried on the 18th hole of one of his golf courses, will things get better, or will we have a whole new crop of MAGA brains to deal with?
This kind of flimsy political humor fails to bring people together. It breaks, it sows resentment, and feeds division rather than igniting interest, empathy, or conversation. The difficulty is that it's a diversion that prevents millions of people from reaching across the aisle, learning something new, or having the courage to make amends. Naturally, being Jimmy Kimmel's constant target wasn't exactly exciting for Donald Trump, the focus of late-night programs' incessant speeches and cheesy giggles. However, when you take a step back, the difference with Jim Carrey becomes obvious. The guy who used to make everyone laugh has turned inward, looking for purpose rather than ridicule. And the infinite political tit-for-tat seems insignificant when seen through that prism. For Carrey, nothing brought this home more than the 2018 missile fear in Hawaii. For 10 excruciating minutes, he thought his time on Earth was coming to an end, and that he was living out his last moments. And all the glamour, all the news, all the diversions vanished into thin air at that fleeting moment of horror. It made him realize how short and frail life is, and how meaningless a lot of our noise is when we consider death.
I sat on the lanai and looked out at the ocean, and at that point I started going, okay, well, what can I do with this last moment of time? And I just decided to go through a list of gratitudes, and honest to God, I could not stop thinking of wonderful things that have happened to me and blessings that I've had. So it was lovely. It was lovely, and I got to a point of grace at about 2 minutes to spare when I found out it wasn't actually happening. And all I was planning to do was close my eyes and be thankful, because it's been a good ride.
Jim Carrey's appearance has drastically changed over the last several years due to both significant loss and aging. He had to confront mortality head-on when his partner passed away in 2015. And a lot of what had previously appeared significant started to fall apart during that encounter. Headlines, celebrity, and spectacle. Everything begins to resemble a carnival you stroll through, full of transient joys, where very few people stop to consider why they are there at all. Perhaps it's the subliminal challenge hidden within his words to avoid giving in to every created alarm, every new fad, and every dazzling diversion that the media machine spins. Perhaps, just perhaps, we may get a glimpse of something more profound, something that really matters, if we can break away from that trance. The query is, will